when you got here, and I was like scrambling around. I was like, I need to put on a bra, and I ran out of the room.
You have exacerbated single mother energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much just like, well,
I am a single mother.
Yeah, no.
Look at these fucking rabbits, dude.
100%.
I'm paying private school tuition to keep them alive. Basically, they've had a lot of medical issues. But anyway.
Yeah, that'll happen, I guess, with animals that you love, right?
This really is in stark contrast to when we did your Patreon yesterday, and it was very nice.
Oh, what do you mean? What's bad about this? Wait,
I don't
first of
know.
all, are you?
There's like hay on the floor. I was half dressed when you got here. I'm like fucking have a.
You do kind of live like
thing of pesto.
That meme with Goofy, where it's like, "Damn bitch, you live like this." It's kind of.
It's true gender. I think it's flipped the gender norms on its head. This apartment.
Yeah. This is queer joy, Mike.
Yeah.
Is it?
This is gender
live in
euphoria.
My wife.
Like, this is what the left wants for us all to live in filth. This is joy. This is what they're doing over in the socialist countries. You're living in filth. Giving all away your
my
money
wife
to
would never
animals.
let me live like this. Yeah. You guys can't see. You guys can't see Maddie's room.
Yeah, this is the propaganda square that we're in right now. But
Yeah.
no, I need a wife, dude.
But
I
isn't
need
it
like
funny
a
how
wife.
there's so much content about guys and how they live, and it's like they're not.
Room. I have 3 plants.
Yeah,
one
I'd like
of which
to see
Maddie
it.
gave me.
I would
Yeah,
like to see
Kenyon's-
it.
I have to do my bed every day or I'll kill myself. I have all these little sweet things.
No, my shit is
It's
like
messy,
horrific.
but it's not filthy.
Thank
I'll
you.
say. Yeah.
I think it's
I don't know. Maybe it is
mom.
filthy. Now I'm looking around.
It's pretty horrendous.
No, I think the room is.
That's falling apart.
Oh yeah, that just made we just put that up because it made me laugh because they were like, "Here's your set from Fallon," and it's just fat.
It's like, but you see so much content. It's like, men only have one towel. Like, I don't see any towels.
There's negative 2 towels.
Yeah. Where's your towel?
There was a towel, and Maddie used it as a T-shirt for our last podcast.
Oh, men in their rooms. Yeah. We should get Rachel Coster in here to do a little gender swap. You guys see that show?
Mm-mm.
Really?
This is like a Marie Kondo type thing?
Yeah, she's got a show called Boy Room where she goes into guys' rooms and she's like, "Oh, it's so crazy." Yeah, it's funny, but
they find they're not finding this boy. Let me tell you. I think this is like we should kind of put this data in because
we should prank her and
tell
her it's a boys' room, and she's like, "This is the worst boy room I've ever seen."
That's funny, and then trick him and be like, "Who's a feminist now, bitch?"
Yeah.
Yeah, true feminism, but also it's just a control group on what happens whether or not you beat your kids or don't. And this is not beating your kids.
Yeah.
this is art school. This is timeout / like, let's do a finger painting about why you're upset right now. / like, my mom's hit me in the head with a sandal. Room's clean.
Yeah.
You know?
It does kind of work.
You need a little bit of fear.
It's a good size though.
Great.
Yeah, it's a lot of room to fill up with shit.
Yeah.
But we lucked out so hard in this apartment. We're big fans.
Yeah.
Well, we should introduce Mike Recine. You know, I caught myself because I was like, we should introduce you, and then I was like, most of the people watching this probably clicked on it because they were like, Mike Recine, who are these guys?
Wow.
But Mike Recine is here. Absolutely goated, Mike Recine. Thank you for being on.
Oh, that's nice. You don't have to. It's always, there's always stuff that you don't have, you know. You don't have to kiss my ass or anything because everybody else, you know.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm not kissing your ass.
I'm not successful or by any means.
Fold like a wet napkin, man, Mike.
Yeah,
we
no,
were
I'm
like,
just
hey,
not.
thanks for coming. You're like, I want to kill myself.
I'm not that.
You were like, don't lie to me. I can't do anything for you.
No, you guys.
No,
you guys are very nice to me, but I'm not like that successful. I'm not even very well liked. So you don't have to kiss. You don't have to kiss my ass.
You don't have to kiss my ass. Even my own son hates me.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
No, he likes me a lot.
Likes
Yeah.
you.
That's
yeah, he's
sick.
obsessed.
That's why I made
it's
him.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it ever too much?
No, it's nice because I'm like, oh, my wife has to fall in line a little bit, you know, because he loves his dad so much.
How did you and your wife
so she
meet?
can't. She was a waitress at Caroline's.
No way.
Yeah, for like 10
Wow.
years. Yeah. And I was the doorman there first, and then she was a server, and then I came back to do spots, and then we ended up. I don't know. I knew her for a long time before we got together.
That's
so.
the best, dude.
What?
When you know someone
what?
first, you start
marrying
friends.
a ran through comedy club waitress. It's the best. No, I'm just kidding. No, she's not ran through. She actually had She had a serious boyfriend for a long time. This was one of the other servers. So, but I just wanted to say that my wife's a ran through comedy club waitress.
Can you on his phone nervous?
Yeah, I'm just like, it's like when you see a homeless guy start fighting in a train. I'm like, okay. You're just like you're never more focused on Instagram than you have in your life.
I'm
None
just
of my
assuming there's nothing to
business.
be nervous about because I'm like, your wife's got to be so cool.
She is, yeah.
Like, I would imagine she wouldn't be like, "What'd you say about me on the podcast?"
No,
Actually,
yeah,
Mike,
people love her.
Can I make an honest thing? I
Yeah.
have sort of some of my favorite content is wholesome family content coming from your wife's Instagram.
Oh, really?
Because it's just, I know you're the Recine, and it's funny to see you just in like cute little family photos.
Uh-huh.
Like it's just so jarring in contrast to like a podcast clip where you're talking about cum.
Yeah. Yeah, she is like really cool. I mean, she doesn't like police what I say at all, which is nice. She's never had an issue with, like I can get on and say, I love Hamas, I love Hezbollah, and she doesn't seem to. She's never like, hey, can you tone it down?
Yeah.
I get on, I say free Palestine.
Well, that'd be a
death
problem
to-
if she was against.
Yeah,
free
if she was
Palestine.
like, "Stop
yeah,
saying crazy
yeah.
shit."
But no, but like her.
Maybe the ran through comedy club waitress arguably more controversial than the free Palestine.
Yeah, but
You're
she's
like, "Oh,
not-
she doesn't care what I say. I can say don't kill little children, and she's cool. with it."
She's not ran through though. I've never even asked her body count.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a good.
I've never.
It's a
I
big
wouldn't-
moment
I
in
don't
your
give a
life.
fuck about body counts.
You don't? At one point in my life, I think I did.
What would if you?
I had like a map of my
Are
girlfriend's
you
like.
serious?
Well, I asked, and then I would like sort of I would like fill in the little blanks in my
You
mind.
did
of,
a
like,
bar graph.
Massage-
she'd be like,
Autism is awesome.
she'd be like, oh my ex, my other ex, and then I'd be like, you told me you've only been with 9 guys, and in the last 6 months you've told me about 15 or 16.
What at
I'm
that
like, what's
time
going
in your
on
life?
there? I was like Chris Hansen, when I was like in my early 20s.
But at that time in your life when it did matter to you,
Yeah.
what would have been what range were you looking to hear?
Well, you're never really happy with the answer, and it's like if you ask, they're gonna lie, and then when they lie, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
No woman's gonna be like, I fucked 120 guys.
I guess so.
I don't
But
know.
I've fucked
I
like
don't know.
6 guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Fellas,
Okay.
that's a good.
I bet yours is high.
It's a decent.
Yeah, nice.
I did the math the other day, and it
Really?
ain't bad.
Yeah.
It's like,
Let's go.
it's like
I'm sure it's above average.
Damn, let's
Okay.
go, dude.
yeah.
Okay.
I know because
A
that's what the
public
guys.
school classroom.
I'm gonna say that next time someone. I fucked about a public school class, an overpopulated one in Bronx. All right, 45 maybe.
Not to brag, but bad student-teacher ratio, underfunded.
An
know, but-
inner city public school.
Guys think they want a low number, but then when I'm like, I fucked 6 guys, there's probably part of you that you're like,
Oh,
what's
that's
wrong
it?
with you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, low
There's
number
no
is
winning.
bad. Low numbers like
Right.
why?
Yeah, I
you
gotta
got
get that
zero
shit up.
range.
Yeah,
Maddie,
yeah.
we gotta get it up.
Yeah.
We have to come in. Me and Mike have to help you get laid in this
But
weird
because
Hallmark movie.
because 50 for a woman is like people would say that's high, but
Well, it
that's
also
probably
depends on age. I'm 26.
Totally depends
Yeah,
on
yeah.
age.
If you're 50, I'd be
yeah,
like,
but you got
"Fe-
some catching up to do.
Yeah, I mean, you're
You gotta-
I
I know we're really
gotta
yeah. We
start-
gotta pick
stay
it up.
after class.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You gotta start getting stuck in some washing machine.
You got to start stacking bodies. Yeah, you better. Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
start,
You
having
gotta-
some steps and mixing stuff. My God, what's yours, Mike?
Mine?
Yeah,
It's like above average.
like what's above average?
I would say that I probably am like normal, and then just like a little cooler than that, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Whatever you think
Above
is high,
average.
that's me.
Yo,
Whatever the cool answer is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like probably. I mean, now I'm gonna sound like I'm bragging if I tell you what it is.
Well, that's
Those are
hey,
his.
you can brag away. You got
Yeah,
the gold
but it-
chain
you
out.
know.
We hit it.
Oh yeah.
No, gold chain out. Let's hear the body count.
But I mean, it is like probably over 100.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
we've also.
But
How old are you?
I'm 37, but I've spent the past decade with one woman, so
But also, I think.
Damn. So you
so it's
were
pretty-
you had a slut phase.
I guess yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But also, I think when you're.
But then I was a late bloomer too. I didn't.
Wow.
I
So
didn't
it was really
have sex till I was 19.
that was an awesome.
I
couple
didn't
of
have
years.
sex till I was 26.
What?
What?
No. I was 19 when I had
Yeah,
sex
me
the first
too.
time. She had a glass eye.
First
How
one
old?
with the glass
And
eye?
how old was she? Was she 19?
She was 19 too. Yeah, and we met on
What
Match.
happened to
We
her?
met on Match.com.
Wait, what?
I like couldn't get laid.
real?
Yeah, I couldn't get laid. All my friends had fucked already, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? What am I doing?
Same.
And then one of our older friends was like, you should get on Match.com. That's where I met my girlfriend. So I'm just like on Match.com as a virgin. I was like probably the only virgin on Match.com.
Dude, quality over quantity. I'm proud of my 6. Match.com glass eye is.
Yeah, but she was not. Come on, she was nice. Why you putting her down? Why you attacking other women? That's not very.
You brought her up with the glass eye. You didn't bring up her heart of gold immediately.
Yeah, that's true.
Glass eye, heart of
not
gold.
very,
What other elements is she made of?
The periodic
Robotic
table.
arm.
Yeah. Forehead's iron.
You women, you're like crabs in a bucket. You're always just, you know,
Holding each other down.
Yeah. But yeah, but so like, I don't know, where are we going here?
My favorite episode already.
But I guess 50 body count is like kind of high for a woman, but like 50 is like because
That's industry standard adult, I feel like.
Yeah,
Once you get close to
right.
30, we kind of want, like, you've been around, you've dated. If you've had any stretches where you're single for a while, you get some more people in there.
Yeah.
No, the body count thing with women is yeah, it's weird of guys that like I don't want you to be. It's like
I would want to hire one because that's like you're getting the best. Most.
Have you ever met someone who had
Yeah.
like over 1,000?
that's you're like
crazy.
something really bad happened to
Oh,
you.
okay. Really? Yeah.
I don't know.
I just feel like time-wise, I'm like, how did you make that happen scheduling?
Yeah, that's
You
like
know?
you need to get hobbies.
You got to get hobbies.
Over 1,000?
Also, I'm like, the core strength, like what? That's like a marathon worth of fucking.
Yeah, 1,000 would be. I'd just be worried. That
But
something
over the
happened
course
in
of
your past.
10 years, that's what like 100 people, 300 people a year. I don't know.
It's like
I don't
almost
even
a
know.
person
No,
a
no, no.
day.
Person a day.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, but that's not.
How hard
I'm
were you
trying to do
doing?
math right now. I'm
Okay,
trying to
if
be
you're like
funny and do
70
math.
years old.
Yeah, if you're like in your mid 30s and you've been having sex since you were like 15, 20, that's like 50 people a year. 50 people, one person.
But 50
yeah,
people
about
you're
one person
starting
a
at
week.
15.
Yeah, that's
is
a lot.
crazy.
That's
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, 50 people a year at 15 is like you were sex trafficked.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
literally have to be sex trafficked to put those numbers up.
Yeah. There's a guy
Even
that I
if a
worked
guy
with.
says I have $1,000 body cap. I'm like, okay, either you're what Genghis Khan or you were whored out on an island. Those are the only two possible options.
There was a guy I worked with at the moving company. He was like bragging one time that like he got his dick sucked when he was 5. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
you
that's
got,
being molested.
you got molested. Yeah.
Oh
I love
God.
the layers of
Babies.
turning that around. Like, I had this grown man sucking my dick at 5. I run this place. And I'm like, no, you...
5.
No.
Yeah, you turned him out.
What do you do at that point? Do you just have to say that that's cool? Because you can't break that guy. That guy
right.
built
I know.
Yeah,
prison to keep the demons
He
out.
thinks
And
he's like James
he's found
Bond.
a way to save himself. He's
Yeah.
like, this was cool.
Yeah.
I'm in my 40s.
I had game when I was 5 years old.
Yeah. I ran it. He really loved my, I don't know, my go-karts or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
My
But he
Hot
said
Wheels.
it was his 11-year-old babysitter. So it's like she was probably molested too. We got to stop. We got to find the original, you know?
Yeah, we
Is
gotta.
it like a
the original-
supervillain in movies where if we kill the original molester, like all the other molesting goes away?
I think this is how we came up with the idea of like original sin. It's like hurt people. So at one point, someone was evil for no reason, and then it all just trickled down.
Right. But if we like stab them in the back with like a garlic, thing or something, like a vampire,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all the other molesting goes away.
Yeah, we might be
Yeah.
able. It's like a Nosferatu, like melt the guy and the curse is lifted.
100%.
Did you see
bad
Nosferatu?
poetry
Which
goes
also
away.
Yeah,
that
I
movie I,
saw
think is
those-
about being molested too.
Is it?
I don't know. She's like, I have to fuck him or our town's gonna disappear.
Can I tell you something? I hated that movie.
Did you really?
Yeah, I said I wish I didn't waste my time on this.
What were your
me and
thoughts?
Maddie
I really
saw
didn't like
I
it.
had a good time.
Really?
I liked
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but
I didn't like seeing, spoiler alert, I didn't like seeing the little kids get their heads bitten off.
That's tough. That was a really tough
when did
scene.
that happen?
But it
Also,
just
I love-
didn't.
you're being quintessential, like, listen, I'm just a man who cares about my family.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
seeing
I love
kids get the fucking heads bit off.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Wait, I like blacked that
happened.
out.
That
When
was
did
the
the
scene where Nosferatu, fucking bites 2 kids' heads
He
off.
killed those two, like the other family. He like killed those 2 kids.
Oh
It was
yeah,
pretty tough. Yeah, that was a tough
yeah,
one.
that's a bummer.
I get
But
it.
I don't know.
hate to see that.
I watched the whole movie and it didn't make me like feel anything, or I couldn't
Like,
see.
no,
any-
I swear to God, I watched the whole movie.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Same, we were gonna see Baby Girl, and then we saw that instead, which was
Oh,
a
okay.
big vibe
Did you
shift.
see Baby Girl?
No, I didn't see Baby Girl.
What's your favorite movie you've seen recently?
Honora.
Nora was
And-
fucking great.
Yeah.
See, this is
I
why
love
I
that one.
keep thinking you live in Queens, dude.
Why?
You're just giving Queens.
She lives in Brooklyn.
Oh.
She lives in like.
Oh yeah, the Russian
she
part
lives
of
in,
Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah, Brighton Beach. That's a fun place to go if you ever get a chance.
I would love to go.
Yeah, I've never been.
Yeah, there's a beach, but it's like there's like Russian people walking around, and
But-
there's like little Russian ladies like shuffling around. I'm like, you live near the beach. Why are you look so sad?
Yeah, I
The
can't
ocean is
imagine,
right there.
Like, a
Like,
Russian
go
at the
swimming.
beach. That is a paradox.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're
Like
there.
the saddest people ever at the happiest place. You're like, how?
Yeah,
You're like, he's not here. Lenin isn't.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Time to clock into the factory.
yeah. They like sit on the beach and smoke cigars, and like they have, they wear shirts.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Have you ever dated a Russian?
No,
Seems
have
like
you?
That'd be fun. I kind of, because I like being like dominated in bed, and they kind of all have a dom vibe.
Mm.
Yeah.
All Russian chicks sort of seem like they hate you.
Well, because it's like, you know how it's like what people have in their real life, they seek the opposite of that sexually usually.
Yeah.
Like a CEO wants to be dominated. But if you're living under a dictatorship, you're a sub your whole life.
Yeah.
So in bed, all you want is to be like, you have to pay my family money. You know what I mean?
Totally.
That's like the ultimate role reversal. Is they're like, I'm Putin now,
That'd be hot.
and you're my whole family. I don't know. Do you feel like are you a dom sub switch?
I don't know what those things are.
Are you?
I just kind of have missionary sex once a month. I don't know
really
anything
does,
about.
This feels like the
I don't know
quintessential
anything.
Brooklyn moment. It feels like we took you from the Russian beach and we're like interviewing. Are you a dom sub or
Yeah,
I don't know what
yeah.
those things are. I have a job
You're like,
and I pay taxes.
yeah, I have a
Yeah.
son.
Yeah.
I believe in a god.
I shouldn't really even be having sex in my apartment. It's like too small, and there's a child in it. Like I saw a post where people were like, "You shouldn't have sex with your kids in the house." And I don't know if that's. I don't know if I agree with that or not, but like,
They should be like a sleep.
Well,
in
in
my
the
house, it's
maybe in the
questionable.
apartment.
yeah, right, in the apartment, yeah.
Apartment is, but even here, I was like, I don't know. I've never since I lived in New York, I've never fucked someone here. I've only played away games. But I've never heard anything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
But also, given what you just said, I'm like, maybe that's because you had a ball gag in your mouth. I don't know.
I've never heard it. I do sometimes hear silent screaming. I hear a bunch of muffled moans a lot of the time. And then it's just sticky in the hallway for a while.
Yeah, I only hear you like praying, I think. That's all it is. I hear you saying like please a lot.
I hear the sound of like an electric taser being loaded up.
Did you guys like Nosferatu?
Yeah, that was solid.
I couldn't find any like meaning in it or any. I don't know. It just did nothing
I
for
didn't
me.
need the movie to, give me a new lease on life. I just thought it was entertaining.
You
I
did?
like the director, and he does all that like old timey. Like he's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
particular. Like I've seen interviews with him where
It
he's
was,
like
yeah.
talking about like he's like I need the grain of the wood to match the time period. And I'm like I don't know. In a time where we're doing like Marvel movies and stuff, it's cool to see a guy that's like
Sure.
I give a shit about the particulars of this.
I did feel that way. I was like, oh, this is very. It feels like you feel like you're in the 1800s.
yeah,
Yeah,
I like that about it, and like it was cool.
it's very like immersive, I guess. Yeah, but I don't understand. Like she fucked Dracula. Now she has to fuck him again. Yeah, it's like what she chose to do. Like
I think
where
he
did
like
she?
groomed her in a dream.
Uh-huh.
And then she has to fuck him and die to save the town. Here's
Right.
my problem.
But
Okay,
he
I
groomed
will.
her in a dream, but it was also like, but she did it on her own, right? Like people.
Wow, controversial take.
Well, that's
She
what
liked it, is what you're saying.
But she told her husband that she liked it. She's like, he satisfied me better than you. If my wife told me that, I'd be like, all right, bye. Like,
Yeah.
well, this is over.
Yeah, you go fuck that vampire.
Fucking
you
Dracula
loser.
satisfied
Also,
you
he
better.
just went basically through several countries to get money for you.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
Why
like,
was that?
Because it's
the,
like if you get cheated on, you're like, all right, maybe we can like work through this, and I'll try to forgive you. But it's like, oh yeah, I fucked Dracula, and he fucks me better than you.
Yeah, this guy who has the stench of death on him.
You're like, well, let's just throw it out and start.
Yeah.
I'll just fall in love with somebody else.
Yeah, that really is a movie about you need to have some respect for yourself. You should have walked out right then and there.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
her.
And you're like, what's your body count? And she's like, infinity backwards into the gates of hell. Like that. What is that?
But yeah,
count
it
as?
just,
Not
it
one.
just doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. Like she willingly fucked Dracula.
You know what also doesn't make sense? That they were
Yeah.
like, he needs a new house. And even though he can summon people in his dreams,
Mm-hmm.
you need to go like make him sign the contract
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
zoning laws.
Yeah,
like, why
yeah,
is
yeah.
that part of it?
Right.
You
Why
needed
is
a
he
real
not-
estate agent?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
going
He
on?
can't float into the house? Yeah.
What?
That part I didn't get at all.
Yeah, they obeying
Yeah, he's
zoning
closing
laws.
on a property.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they were like, we're going to lift the curse, but I don't really understand what the curse was other than like you and your husband feel weird and have weird dreams. Like it
Right.
seemed like a very like psychosomatic curse. It's not
Right.
like there's like,
I like the curse was she just like she's
And
just
how
still
is
in
it-
love with this weird zombie fucking guy. Also, you could have killed him in other ways. That wasn't the only way to kill him.
Right.
They're like, oh, she has to fuck this lady to death.
Yeah, just throw garlic at him.
Yeah, what are we talking about? He didn't even, like, also, it wasn't like destroying his bed killed him. It's just that he was so busy fucking, he forgot about the son.
He forgot. Right.
Yeah, they could have just distracted him another way. Is what you're saying?
Like he could have been like, oh, gotta go. The sun's almost out. And then does the sun kill Dracula?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are Dracula and Nosferatu the same guy?
I think it's the same.
I guess it's the same type of
yeah.
thing. That's why I
think
don't
they're
know
the
like
same guy.
vampire. Yeah, I think
That was Edward Cullen.
I should have read the Wikipedia page about Dracula before I went to this movie. Maybe I would have enjoyed it more.
I think it was a classic tale about how BPD women can summon the devil.
Yeah. I think it fully was BPD.
But then what's the metaphor? How does it relate to like everyday life? You know?
I thought it was just a fun vampire movie. I didn't particularly think it was an allegory for things.
Okay.
I think the metaphor is if a man
tells
you that if you don't fuck him, he's going to hurt your family, you should fuck him.
Yeah.
That sounds like the message of it. He's like, I'm going to come for you and your family unless you fuck me. Yeah. You're like, okay, I got to do it.
But she likes it, though. But is that are they saying something about, like, being, like, assaulted?
I actually have
being
friends.
essayed? Yeah. Because they could have worked that into the movie. They should have had me do the rewrites on that.
Mike
and be like, it's actually what happens when you get essayed. You feel like you'd want to, because some women
so
when
funny
they get
that's where you draw the censorship line.
Yeah.
Because some women when they get essayed, they like go back and like fuck the guy again because they want it to feel like they want like a normal interaction.
No, I get
yeah.
I like imagining you in the movie theater being like, what is this about rape?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
I have heard people have that take though.
Yeah.
A friend of ours was like, we were talking about it, and she was like, "Yeah, I think that's what it is, and I think it's like I think that's what it's about, and I think it does a bad job of it."
Does a bad job of it.
I was like, "Oh yeah," because there's not really a. If it is an allegory for sexual assault,
you have to fuck the rapist again.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You have to fuck the rapist again to destroy him.
That's why I hated
find
it.
Your raper, get him to rape you again, and then kill him.
Right.
That'll fix it. Yeah.
Right. Because he forgets it's light outside. Yeah.
I guess he forgets I don't even know.
Ultimate boy bedroom, dude. That fucking cave.
What? Oh, his house?
Yeah.
I forget. I think I just blocked it out from memory.
It was like a weird.
Yeah.
It
wasn't. It didn't
coffin.
scare me. And then you're like, what's a dream? What's really happening? What the guy he lost his horse, but then I don't know. He fell off the cliff, but then he was fine.
I don't really get how he lived.
He's like, it's a real movie, Sopranos.
See, everybody thinks I'm like some stupid wop, but I actually. Who, you're talking about me?
I was just joking.
Yeah, but at least Sopranos. But I could tell you there's themes in Sopranos where I go like,
buddy,
oh, it's
I love
about
a
this,
Soprano.
and
I watched a deep dive. I love a Sopranos.
Kenyon tucked the gold chain in, but it's there.
Pull it out.
Out of silver. I'm not full. I need to get to Mike's. I need to watch a little bit more Mike Francesi, and then I'll get full gold. I watched a documentary about Sammy the Bull the other day, and it was great. Sons of Ecstasy.
Okay.
Son's an idiot. Tried to sell ecstasy for 6 months and then got arrested, and his dad had to do another 20 years.
God damn.
Yeah.
Why did dad get on the hook for that?
Because they thought his dad basically was like, hey, if I loan you money to buy like 2 more big things of ecstasy, will you just quit?
Oh, God, brutal.
And then he did, and then he got arrested, and then they were like, it's Sammy the Bull funding this whole thing.
Jesus.
And they wanted like his head on a stick, so they gave him 20 years. All because his son was like a loser who wanted to like play mobster in Phoenix.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should have been there for your son and taught him how to build furniture or something, so he could have made some money.
That's why you got to play catch with your kid.
Yeah. But it's funny how everyone does think I'm like some stupid dago. I like fighting those stereotypes.
100%.
Yeah.
I like beating those stereotypes to fuck in. You know
like
what I mean?
my-
I like taking those stereotypes to an alley and fucking
And
beating
saying,
the
shut
shit
up,
out of
stereotypes.
You know my father
And hitting them in the mouth. Wrapping a belt around my hand.
Yeah,
beating those stereotypes.
I'll leave those stereotypes in the fucking Hudson, I'll tell you that.
I'm going to beat the shit out of those stereotypes. I'm going to run them over with my car.
Wait, are you from New York originally?
Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I went to college actually, where in Essex County, where they Montclair State. It's actually where Carmela Soprano went.
Really?
To college. Yeah.
Wow.
I went for 2 years and I dropped
so it was
out.
Like all around.
So yeah, and then I had a job where I worked all around North Jersey. So I do recognize a lot of the stuff in Sopranos. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I could take you guys on a little tour if you ever want to go.
That would be, honestly,
Fucking love
that would make my year, to be honest.
Yeah, the Bing is Satin Dolls, which is on 80, over the George Washington Bridge, and I don't know, various chicken restaurants that they go to that I can recognize.
I'm making sure this is still going. Yeah, dude, that is there was something in North Carolina, like Dawson's Creek, filmed by the beach. That was our big
Oh, was that Wilmington?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've never seen that show. We were pretty outside of
Yeah, we're outside of.
I'm like, what are even the big what was the this thing happened here? Oh, I guess it was all kind of the Civil War and stuff. It was all bad. Never mind. It was bad. It was statues that we
all
tore down.
horrible nightmare.
Yeah. I was like, what happened here? And then I was like, oh, that's okay. Yep.
Is there an obscure show that you're like, that's my show? That you watched? Maybe you watched it as a kid or whatever.
Kind of basic. I feel like all my favorite shows are the Emmy Award winning, just great fucking
Really?
shows.
Yeah. A lot of my favorites are Always Sunny, House.
Yeah.
But you know what's kind of obscure though? I think it's obscure. Is that show Misfits?
Okay.
Is that what it's called?
Oh,
It's
I love
the British
Misfits,
superheroes.
yeah.
When I was in middle school, I fucking loved that show.
Okay.
But I also don't watch a lot of current shows. I just get very I watch TV comfort food. I rewatched all of House 7 times.
Really?
I'm watching
Oh, my
Criminal
wife's
Minds
watched
all the way
House
through.
a bunch. Yeah, she
God,
likes
it's
House.
so good,
Really?
dude. I love it. Hugh Laurie's
Okay.
amazing.
Okay.
It's ridiculous because there's some
Yeah.
shit where he's like, this guy has cancer, and so we're gonna give him AIDS so that the cancer eats itself. And she's like, you can't do that. God, you're a genius. It worked. And then he's like, and I still have my medical license. That's kind of the whole show. And he's
Okay.
like, and also I was high the whole time.
That's fun.
It's about a guy who is high and gives people cancer and AIDS, and it
He's
saves their
kind
life.
of an asshole.
and
yeah.
and people are like, wow.
Just every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But everyone still thinks he's awesome.
What are we gonna do about my childhood cancer? It's like a kid.
And he's like, there's
Like
no
mates.
God.
Yeah.
That's the whole show. Is it how much of a fucking asshole can this guy be?
Yeah.
But be smart enough that people let him get away with
the
it.
no God stuff. I'm glad that went away. That got tiring.
Yeah, I had
You
a
know?
big, annoying atheist.
I think everybody
phase.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the first thing that it's what a dumb person thinks is smart.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
to be like, I figured out there's no God, you fucking idiot.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, yeah, we all know there's no God, but life is really hard and it sucks.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you kind of need to believe.
And then
in
what if
something.
there is and he's Muslim?
Then,
I'm on the right
then
side.
buddy, you're good.
Yeah, buddy, girlfriend's Muslim. Yeah, me and Mike, we'll
Yeah,
be there
yeah.
together, dude. We're
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
reading the Hadid. We're doing it.
Yeah, I might be
Yeah.
having some trouble.
Hmm.
I've just been a Jewish slut for a while. It's, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Not even a slut that's not fucking.
Uh-huh.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, you're really trying to make yourself sound cool. You said 6 on the body counter.
Yeah,
You've
so
just been
not
a Jewish
even.
nerd for a long time.
I just got my tits out and it's not catching, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
even worse, an aspiring slut.
It is winter though.
Maybe
yeah.
needs motivation to be a full whore.
You're not even a
Maddie's
con-
got sweaty dudes on a vision board. If only.
That's so funny and so
Yeah.
sad. No, I got
She's
women on
trying-
a vision board is what I got.
She's trying to be a comedy club waitress.
That's you just started comedy to network just to get into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Do you believe in an afterlife?
I guess I would like to.
Yeah, it would
But
be
then,
fun, but I
you know.
I don't know if I necessarily do, but I also think you just need to believe in some sort of higher power. I don't know if that necessarily needs to be a deity, but just some sort of principles or something.
Yeah.
Makes your life better.
Yeah, I feel like other people in humanity
what I'm
can
saying.
be
That's what totally,
yeah. If you're just
Bunnies.
present enough with that, yeah, the bunnies that'll get you through a lot.
Because you definitely want to see your dead relatives again, but then you're like, well, what are we going to do? Go see Dunstan Checks In with my grandmother in the theaters?
Yeah, I don't know I really feel like I'd get bored after a while because this life's pretty fucking good right now, and I'm like, I don't even know that I'd do it forever.
Yeah, yeah.
100 years I'll be good.
Yeah, right.
If I can make it to 100, that's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the satisfying, you know what I mean? It's like those satisfying videos where the screensaver finally hits the corner of the screen. I'm like, just get 100. That feels good. That's a round,
An
even
extra
number.
100 years would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But forever is
I know.
Long time.
Well, I don't think it's gonna happen. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
You won't be immortal. You're looking off like, God, that's gonna be tough being alive forever. Maddie, great news. You are gonna die one day.
It's also there's another thing that stupid people think where like they think that people fight over religion, you know?
No,
where
they
like
don't fight over. Yeah, it's like they're fighting over usually material things.
Yeah.
Like, you murdered my entire family. That kind of pissed me off.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's not like, oh, I hate their God. It's like I hate them murdering my entire family.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
and
usually
also they have that God, so that God is the one I hate. Like,
Totally.
yeah. It's people who have their needs met aren't like fighting usually.
I watched this movie that came out a couple of years ago called Belfast, and it's like, and they set it up where they're like, oh, it's Belfast in the 60s, and the Catholics and the Protestants are fighting with each other. But it's like, that doesn't make sense. That like that's why they're fighting. Like, why are they fighting? You know? They're not being like, oh, ours is better. No, ours is better. Let's brawl in the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, it's like the hundreds of years of oppression are what people are mad about.
If you actually did have to choose a religion to follow, like, letter of the law till the day you die, what would it be?
I mean, I don't know. I was like raised Catholic, so I don't want anything to do with that. And then I went to like one Friday prayers. Ishmael brought me to Friday prayers. That was pretty cool. And Islam is like pretty chill, it seems like. You know, we like sat on the ground. You know, we listened to the whatever they call it, whatever like the speech that he gives.
Seems like they have a good hang
like,
going.
Yeah, he's like they talked about the homeless. They talked about like
they care about other people more. That seems
right.
Like there's sides of the Middle East where it's like if you can't afford the food, it's on Allah and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I think they really like apparently you're supposed to sit closer together when you pray to prove like we're all one. So I think people stand together more than in the West, like. Because like capitalism has watered down Christianity so much, to the point where like that priest that was like, "Hey, have mercy on people," the right's like this stupid commie bullshit. It's like, you ideally the whole founder of your religion like is a communist Palestinian from the, you know what I mean?
And Muhammad did marry a child, but everybody was doing it back then.
That's just back then.
And in Europe too, they were doing it.
Yeah. Those people, they didn't shower. Those fucking savages.
They didn't shower. Yeah, they were.
That's why he's like, don't draw me, because if you drew him, you'd have to draw a child next to him. He was like, let's just not put any pictures of me anywhere, because they'd all be with like Ghislaine Maxwell. He was like, just talk about me.
No, no, you don't draw him because it's like it's not about the guy. It's like they don't want worship of the guy.
And it's a cool thing we learned.
This is actually like a setup. Like me and Mike met before this to convert Maddie to Islam. Well, actually, the reason you don't draw him is because it's really more about the greater ideals of charity.
No, we were learning that in like art history class too. Like a lot of like Arab Muslim art is like very like almost like calligraphy because you can't have like idol worship the way you can have like a stained glass thing with Jesus. It's it gives way to like a whole different like style of art that's actually like really fucking cool.
But then what's crazy is like, you know, here you can go to can go to like a dollar store and just find a painting of like black Jesus with a lion and like put it in your living room. And that's pretty cool too. That's pretty awesome.
And he's like, so that's why it's hard to pick what religion, you know?
Yeah. You just find a painting of like black Jesus with like his big-titted wife riding a tiger. And you're like, well, how much is this? $12? I want it.
That might be the one true religion.
Yeah. I worship black Jesus. Yeah, I'm like Catholic, but he's black. And I just change all the change all the pictures in my parents' house and make him
you introducing yourself.
He looks like Julius Erving.
Who's that?
It's a basketball player with like a big afro. Yeah. He was pretty cool. Is he still alive?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Jesus?
No, Julius Erving.
Oh.
The basketball
Jesus
player.
is alive in our hearts forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jewish art. I don't know. Woody Allen movies.
we
were contemporary with
really
it.
Great.
Christian art's pretty sick.
Dude, it is. I bought a fucking Virgin Mary necklace and I didn't really think about it. I was like, this just looks so cool. And then I was like, people are going to think that I'm like Catholic.
Oh, yeah.
If I wear this. But it just looks cool.
But she's cool. She didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. She just got like raped by God.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't believe it. She's like, I didn't have sex with you. And he's like, well, you're pregnant and you don't get a say in it.
Yeah.
And people are like, what a saint. And I'm like, that's like a bad thing that
like
happened to her.
The ultimate woman. The highest ideal.
No, it really is the ultimate woman to them.
Wait, because he didn't fuck her, we could still respect her somehow.
That shows you how impossible
like
it is.
we can make a baby without fucking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the impossible fucking standard.
But she probably,
that
like,
is. They're like,
cheated.
we want you to be a mom, but you still got to be a virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
also
wait,
we-
what? What do
You don't think maybe she cheated and she like
and she was
lied?
like, God did it.
God did it. Yeah. I don't know. That was probably a line at the time everybody used. I'm having the Lord's child.
There were so many prophets too. People don't talk about that, but that's like almost like inspiring open mic comedians. Like there's
Right.
was a bunch.
Yeah,
of
imagine
prophets.
not making it. Imagine you
Yeah.
put your name in the bucket and then you're like, I didn't get a chapter in the Bible.
Yeah.
There's just like a bunch of shitty flyers of like, check out prophet, Joseph or whatever. Only got like 3 people to show up.
Brutal. Barking.
You had to do like a bringer church.
But there must be something like beautiful about Catholicism that I'm just not getting.
I don't
The
know.
I
art
spent,
is very
like-
cool.
Yeah.
But there's so much. Well, I don't know much about it. It seems like there's so much
Yeah.
like guilt and like I don't know.
I know.
The
My thing
guilt
is, like,
and
what's good
dogmatic
about
shit
it?
seems weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, I don't know, like I went to Catholic Mass a lot, like as a kid. They never really talked about like the homeless or like helping people or anything that would like inspire
Yeah, it's almost like
you.
they're
I
all
don't
there
know.
to do another thing.
Yeah, right.
That's my thing
right.
with Catholic guilt. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
Catholics are so guilty.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, you should feel guilty. You guys like rape kids.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Catholic guilt. I'm like, that's your
You're
conscience.
like, why should I be guilty?
It's like, because you're part of an evil
don't bring it-
organization.
Don't put it on me. Yeah.
I didn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, are you a lapsed Catholic or a pedophile? Like, that's
Yeah.
like what, that's like, I don't know. I feel like once you do that, that's the main thing your organization does. That's
For
not
sure,
like
for sure.
you know what I mean? If you were like, we started a wacky hat club, and I'm like, weren't a lot of kids molested in that? And like, that happened, but it's about the hats. I'd be
The
like,
people
no,
are
it's about
still-
that now.
the
That's
people
the
are-
thing you do now.
People are still into it though. They still do it. Did you see Conclave?
Mm-mm.
You gotta
Also,
see
sorry,
Con-
there's a little
Actually, I saw like the first 30.
Oh, you
fuzz
didn't like
on your
it?
face.
No, I just
What
I,
is-
I was watching with my cousin, and then we had to like run some errands or something. We couldn't
Okay.
finish it, but it seemed kind of good at the beginning.
Yeah, the
What is
Pope
Conclave?
dies and they have to choose a new Pope.
Oh.
So Stanley Tucci's like the liberal Pope. And then there's another guy who's like a more right-wing Pope.
How is the Pope real? Like the Pope,
they're-
that feels like the same thing as like a guy dressing up in a Mickey Mouse
I
costume
know,
at
but
Disneyland.
it is like a big deal because the Catholic Church is like a big institution that goes back like thousands of years.
But what does he do? What does the Pope do?
He's the head of the Catholic Church
but
internationally,
then what is? But what?
all over the world. Like the Vatican is like.
No, I know,
big,
but is
you
he
know?
like a figurehead, or is he like actually can he make like can he be like all churches gotta
I think
you know?
if the
He could-
Pope
yeah.
if the Pope told some Catholic church in New Jersey like, hey, change your doors, yeah, I think they would have to do it.
Like he could be like, we're all taking off our shoes now, or like he could
Yeah,
do
I
little
think
stuff.
so, yeah.
I mean, it makes people saints.
well,
he
he's
did.
got
One of them
yeah,
decided
yeah.
the dogs get to go to heaven. That was pretty cool. I like that.
He
Whoever
made
that
Oscar,
guy
he made
was.
Oscar Romero saint. Pope Francis did.
Okay,
He's
Is
a
he
solid
still the
guy.
Pope?
He's still the Pope.
he's still the Pope. Yeah,
He's a solid guy. He was like,
Yeah.
he's like, if you don't believe in God, but you're nice, you go to heaven.
Oh, and then he
Yeah.
was like, comics can hang in the back, and had that whole thing.
Is
He
that-
like a bunch of comics like hung out with the Pope.
really?
He like invited like he invited like a bunch of comics to, and he like had a talk with them and was like, what you do is important, and like a bunch of comics like went to meet with the Pope.
Wow.
That's pretty. See, he sounds like a great guy.
I think so, but
Yeah.
I might have said this in the podcast.
But that's the
before,
thing
it
is
was-
like you got to choose. It's such a big institution that you got to choose the right person to
Mm.
take on the.
Yeah, otherwise bad things could
There
start to happen.
Yeah, right. right.
Otherwise, there
I
could be
know,
like
but-
corruption and abuse.
But that's the thing. They're like, oh, we have all this negative stigma, so we got to pick the right Pope. Because
The Pope should
you
be
know-
a kid.
Yeah, that's a good
Put
idea.
a kid
That's
in
good
charge.
idea. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should like
Yeah.
a jury of your peers. You
Right,
get a
right,
kid to be
right.
like,
That'll stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, get a kid because you know what I mean.
But he probably wouldn't be able to make it up there.
Yeah, but what if they?
Like getting
What
a
if they?
gazelle to rule over
Well,
a
what's
bunch
the point of
lions?
all
Right.
the things they're doing if you can't fuck your way to the top?
But what if the bad? What if the bad Cardinals?
That's how every industry works. Is that happens to you, and then you get like a cool job.
Yeah.
So you should get to be the Pope off of that.
Yeah, you should be able to suck your way up to the top.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, but what if there's like?
That's what I'm all about. That's what's missing in America. There's no way to move up classes. It used to be you suck a dick, you're getting a bigger house than your parents. Now you're getting molested, and you're just as poor as your parents.
But then what if there's some really
Yeah, we
bad?
didn't stop that part of it.
What if there's some really bad cardinals and they convince the kid Pope that molesting kids is good, and then he's like, hear ye.
Yeah, because he's so
Molesting
impressionable.
kids is fine. Because, yeah, he's so impressionable. He's 8 years old.
Yeah.
So it's like you can molest whoever you want, just not me. You know? And everyone's like, "Who told you that was okay?" It's like, "Fuck you, I'm the Pope."
Kid
And it
Pope.
totally
It's like Young
backfires.
Sheldon.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
should write
it's
this
young-
show.
Kid Pope.
Yeah,
Kid Pope.
yeah.
Yeah, young Sheldon.
It's used against them.
I mean, it is like a kid. I'm in charge of the world, and I have a bulletproof car. You're like, you're
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
I don't
show
know.
a
I don't know
little
what
fucking
they do
respect.
now.
I like making fun of religion.
Yeah, I know,
It's
yeah.
one of the. It's a fun pastime.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
But 500 years ago,
what
it was
is
like,
that?
yeah,
Well,
but it
that's
was
your
where
God, Larry
it was
David.
where.
My God, is
Yeah,
the fir-
well, Curb went on for too long. And the
They added the
Seinfeld
Third
finale
Testament.
was not all that. How about that?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. When you hold nothing sacred, I guess you just lack discipline. And that's why my room looks like this. So I don't know.
Right,
Maybe tell me a
right.
little more about, Zorathianism, or what's that? What's that one?
What's that?
Isn't that like one of the most recent religions? It's like a really new one.
I haven't heard of this.
Have you been to the Church of Scientology
No.
in Times Square,
Wait, Maddie,
No.
should
right
we,
next to the M&M store?
Maddie, should
The
we
two
go?
great American shrines.
Should we go to the Church of Scientology?
We should. I went
as
with-
part of the cast.
I went with. I doubt they let you record. I'm not even kidding. I think you would get like sued to shit if you recorded in there.
Yeah,
Their
dude.
lawyers are fucking
Maybe
crazy.
we should just do it as just a fun interpersonal goof.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
But they like were holding people in their basement and shit. I don't think we're big enough for them to give a shit and sue us for us talking about this.
Yeah.
But there was like a whole expose fucking thing where they were like basically had like hostages and shit. They're crazy, dude.
They're really
They're
crazy.
fucking
You know what's
crazy.
also sad is the people that you have to pay like hundreds of thousands of dollars to get up in the church.
Oh yeah.
So it's not only are you like empty-headed, but it's also you have all this money and you're still so stupid and shallow.
Yeah.
Like you still have like a hole in you where you're like, oh, I'm unhappy, so I just let these people like make me a slave.
Yeah, now you want to
basically.
like pay for the
It's
secret.
baby girl, but a religion, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they're like, but it's science.
Yeah.
Weird shit. I don't know. If I had to choose a religion, I grew up with like kind of sort of Judaism, and that was chill.
Judaism seems cool. I see
It
like
is-
rabbis in my For You page a lot, and they're like, the thing
is a
about
fun
being a
page.
good husband is blah, blah, blah. And I go, all right. I
Have you
like
seen the
this.
one of that 16-year-old kid that goes on podcast and he's like, the phone, we can't be on the phones all the time.
I might have seen
That
him,
kid
yeah.
rocks, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, we got to get off the phones. It is not what
You know
the...
what that guy sounds like? Number 7. On your body count.
No, this is like a teenager, dude.
Oh, okay.
But it is, Jews are a fun vibe. I like get along with,
Yeah,
like, I'm
I
like
do too,
culturally,
yeah.
I'm like locked into that for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
religiously, if I had to pick
I don't
one-
like when they blow up children or shoot them 300 times.
Yeah, but that's not,
you know.
that's Zionism.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, I know.
And also,
No,
like,
I do have a lot of respect for like Jewish, but then the thing is, you never know who's like a Zionist and who's not. Like
It's
I,
like a sleeper cell. So
It's
a
like-
yeah,
like-
but that's
I'm
also
always
true
like-
about right-wing
I'm always-
Christians.
yeah, but I'm always like, you're okay.
You know what I mean? You don't know that about any
Every
American who
Jewish
supports-
person I meet, I go, all right, you're cool, you're nice, you're probably, educated, and I respect I respect your culture, but which side are you on?
But my thing is, there are Zionists.
And a lot of them are Zion. I mean, and then people like
we
I
also
don't
do
know.
get kind of like a little bit brainwashed from a young age of like if you're
Yeah,
in
of
temple.
course.
Like I used to think that like we were the underdogs in that region. You know what I mean? Like because
Yeah,
you
of
just
course,
get taught
of
that
course,
from a young
of
age,
course,
and if you
yeah.
don't get exposed to the right ideas, you don't unlearn that. So like
That's
I
the
do kind
thing,
of have
it's like
some
that-
empathy for people
me
who
too,
like
me too.
grew up from that and like need to be educated and aren't
Yeah.
like bloodthirsty
But
bigots.
not if
just
you're like a 38-year-old man who like has a chance to.
sure, like
know.
yeah. Once you've been exposed to the facts, you gotta like
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
But I do think that like, are you a Zionist? It's like that's also true of like Christian fundamentalist Republicans and stuff too. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people in America that like.
Yeah, but you fuck with those people?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but do you know what I mean? I'm saying like it's you gotta question anybody who starts to say bigoted stuff in that direction.
Totally.
Sure.
I guess but it's also like, I think we live in America, so like that all those bombs were funded by like our taxes. So
Yeah.
it's like the whole like we're just as like culpable as anyone in Israel in a way. So like we got to hold this government account. It's like Israel and the U.S. did that together.
Yeah.
You know?
In the same way that people dissent from the inside here, there are also people dissenting from the inside. Like, there are like protests against Netanyahu in
Yeah.
Israel too. It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Super evil, dude.
And then is anti-Semitism, is that like real?
He's like number 2.
If I'm being honest, I think
I think some of it's boosted.
I think I can only speak for myself. I know that I've benefited from white privilege infinitely more than I've ever been harmed by anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
And like I operationally move through the world as like a white woman.
Yeah.
So like personally, I haven't ever really. It's not really come up in my life.
Do you think I could move through the world as a Jewish guy?
Not with your digital footprint, buddy. I think that
Right.
ship has sailed.
Okay. All right.
But I think like I mean obviously it is a thing, but I also like that gets it, I don't know, it gets like co-opted by the right to like push a weird agenda. Like it's like
Yeah.
I don't like how it gets
But Israel, Israeli government does weaponize that.
That's what I'm saying. The weaponizing, that's
yeah.
what so it makes me like, yes, it is a real thing, but not
And they
most
do
of the
kinda
time when I
need
see it in the media, I go, you read the article and you're like, you're kind of playing this for a weird thing. But like, okay,
Right.
like my
They do
great
kinda-
grandpa, like when he came to the U.S., like he
Sure.
couldn't rent a hotel room. 'Cause, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying
But-
it's not
but-
real,
but current
but
day.
it gets weaponized a lot. And
Yeah.
there is some like, you know what I mean? Like Hasidic kids getting chased down the street and shit. Like I'm not saying it is real, but yeah, it definitely gets weaponized.
Like,
It's like
they
it-
just passed a thing that people that were at pro-Palestine protests who are on a student visa can be deported.
That's
because they're
fucking
on a
insane.
Jihadist thing because you think that Palestinians are human beings.
Well, and so what's so fucking insane about that too is when people equate Judaism and Zionism. I'm like, this doesn't even help Jewish people because now it's what you're talking about is now people look at all Jewish people and go, you committed war crimes. I'm like, it's not even good for Jewish people to be like, you know
No,
what I mean?
it's
It's
bad for
clearly
Jews.
like a U.S. agenda, anti-Arab, anti-Muslim thing
Yeah.
more than a pro like
And your grandpa
evangelical
couldn't
right
rent a hotel.
wingers.
Your grandpa couldn't rent a hotel room because there was no free breakfast. So he was like, "I'll just sleep in my car." It wasn't because he was Jewish. It was just like, well, who would pay this? Who would pay this much money for a room?
That's so funny. That's so funny.
I was at this open mic one time, like years and years ago, and the guy there was a guy hosting, and then there was like this like middle-aged Jewish guy who was like. He was like, the air conditioner's not even like everyone's like interacting, everyone's like yelling at each other, and the Jewish guy was like, the air conditioner's not even on in here. He's like, I'm gonna go to the front and say something, and then the host goes, yeah, leave it to the Jew to complain, and the guy goes, leave it to the Jew to get stuff done. I thought that was funny.
That is pretty
That's
good.
kinda funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
So
sounds like
that's
if
what I'm saying is I have like a
sounds
lot
like
of
if Maddie was running for president.
yeah. I'm just saying like I have a lot of respect for them because they're kind of like the opposite of me, you know. I would just sit there hot. and
Really,
never,
I feel like Italians and Jews
I
have a
don't-
lot in common, though. Catholic
Yeah,
guilt.
but I'm like,
Mike is
I
an
love my
individual,
mother.
Believe it or not,
but I'm too
Maddie.
much of like
Believe it or not, they don't operate in a hive mind, you know? So, yeah, maybe he's Italian, but also has his own characteristics innately.
Name 3.
He doesn't believe, he's actually quite nebbish. He
Yeah.
doesn't believe in himself.
But I mean, culturally, I feel like Italians and Jews are pretty
yeah,
similar in
but-
America.
Yeah, but I'm just like I just never complain about stuff. I'm kind of like I'm kind of like
Sorry, it's just so funny. You're like, yeah, but we're fun.
well, I don't complain like when something goes
I
wrong.
don't complain with something.
I'm
goes
just like
wrong
I
the rest of
deserve
it,
this.
yeah.
I'm like a cuck in that way.
Mm.
My family's
Totally.
like that too. They're like, oh, we deserve like you're supposed to
Oof.
work hard and like be miserable and like tough it out.
I think
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's a little bit of like that just dealing with being in America. You're
Maybe.
like, life just sucks.
Yeah.
There's a big old dick coming for your ass.
Yeah.
You gotta get ready for it. You just gotta bend over and take it.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking kiss daddy.
Yeah,
Trump.
I guess.
is
I
what
guess
I
my body
deserve.
count is 7 because I've been fucked by the United States government.
Exactly.
Damn.
Oh my god. I
Well, dude,
probably gotta
yeah,
wrap up.
This is a
Alright.
great fucking episode. Thank you for coming
Thanks
on.
for having me. Yeah.
We did Mike's podcast too on the Patreon. Check out their Patreon. Check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/phone is in the bag. Yeah, great shit. I'm on the road right now. On my Instagram at Maddie T Wiener. My Punch Up Live is in there, and you can sign up for my mailing list to see when I'm in your city and blah blah blah. But I think coming up is Toronto, Seattle, Corvallis, Portland, and Houston. So
I'll be
check
in
those out.
Houston. You can come out.
Gonna
get
be
a little
huge.
bit of doubleheader, phones in the bag action.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I was supposed to
talk-
bring cash for you guys and I forgot.
Oh, don't worry about it.
All good.
Are you guys out tonight?
Yeah, I think I'm
Doing
at
a
the cellar
show in
tonight.
Bushwick.
Show in Bushwick.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Now we'll figure it out.
All right.
Okay. Do you, anything you want to
I
plug?
paywalled you guys, so I got to give you something.
Good.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Mike Recine Comedy. I got some road dates coming up, and I got a special out on YouTube. It's called I'm Normal.
It's such a great special, dude.
Oh, thanks.
I made my family sit down and watch it.
Really?
It was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Thanks.
Hell yeah. We'll see you next week. Bye.